So my name is James. I was a sergeant in the United States Marine Corps. I served from 2007 to 2012. I was at 3rd Reconnaissance Battalion. We are a special operations capable asset for the Marine Corps. I felt extremely hopeless on June 6, 2011.
Oh, friendly's on that tree line!
My platoon actually had been engaged in a U-shaped ambush.
And they were taking fire from over here too.
Started at around 240 meters. By the end of the engagement at 51 minutes, we were engaging at 34 to 30 meters.
Go.
We ended up dropping a Paveway 54 500-pound bomb 34 meters from our position into a building, and we were in about a 2.5 to 3 foot deep wadi, or ditch at the time, and then 2 HIMARS, 675-pound warheads 85 to 90 meters away from our position. So 3 very close drops. I do remember while I was waiting on that plane to go level and drop, and we got into cover. I felt extremely helpless at that time. I remember thinking I was going to die, either get overran and stomped out by the Taliban, or, you know, that close of a drop, get killed by our own munitions. I got a TBI from it, and still sometimes when I think back about it, it's like I get that feeling, you know, again, the invincibility of being a reconnaissance man was gone in those moments, and I was left by myself. The brotherhood, the feeling of camaraderie that my team held together was unlike anything I have ever experienced before or after. It's just the man to the left and right of me, and knowing that they depended on me as much as I depended on them.
Transitioning out of the Marine Corps impacted me probably a lot more than I gave it credit for at first.
Transitioning was tough. Coming back home, it was a big, you could talk to my ex-wife about that.
Who I was my entire life was a man that carried a gun. From being a Marine to an agency contractor, that's what I did.
It's like a cold shower. You wake up one day and you realize it's over. You know, it's tough to deal with sometimes.
It was like my identity was stripped from me. Like I was scared of my own shadow. The shell of who I was had been removed, and beneath that was nothing.
I didn't realize how quickly that I would find myself alone, how quickly I would lose my sense of identity, purpose.
It was an uphill fight for many years to try to be reintegrated.
I did a lot of different things to try and fill that hole that I was missing, try and maintain some connection with my former self.
The way I grew up, and then being in the Ranger Regiment, we were trained to kind of suppress our emotions and feelings.
I thought I was being normal, you know, I was just sliding back into normal reality, but I was just angry like all the time. Drank a lot more. Yeah, I was distant from family.
It was just like riding a really bad merry-go-round, doing the same stupid stuff over and over again, and I had no direction.
Lots of fits of anger, lashing out, trying to hide in alcohol, or really anything that would take me away from reality.
It was depressing, like being at the bottom and not knowing which way's up.
A lot of suicide tendencies, close attempts.
It was going both ways. Sometimes we're talking one dude out of suicide, and sometimes I'm getting talked out of, you know what I mean?
It was a dark night. Things weren't going well. Almost made a bad decision that couldn't be reversed, if you read between the lines. And I picked up the phone and I called Ozzy. And man, that was the best phone call I ever made. Because that's why I'm here.
I am so extremely grateful for places like Hooks of Hope. They are saving lives.
We provide fishing adventures. We provide education on regenerative medical care. We provide clinical counseling and faith-based mentorship programs.
Just the time on the water with the guys, I mean, it was beautiful. It was amazing. I was an Arkansas kid, so I grew up fishing in creeks, ponds, and lakes and rivers, and getting to learn a lot about the ocean and saltwater fish and the species here and how to catch them.
You know, like guys, we don't open up face to face, we open up shoulder to shoulder, and particularly when we're multitasking. That's what facilitates a lot of opportunity for meaningful conversation for us. I noticed like after work, I wouldn't be stressed out after I fished, especially if I was with my buddies, and I'd always be like, man, that was a really profound conversation that I had.
I used to fish every day when I was a kid. I hooked my best friend Jeremy in the mouth with a bass lure with treble hooks.
Whether we're catching a bunch of fish or not, I found myself refreshed, I found myself restored, I found myself encouraged.
There it is.
And so fishing, in a lot of ways, it has healing power.
A lot of us come from the background of spending a lot of time in the ocean to begin with, so being out there together, it was fellowship. And getting to rip around on cool boats with captains that know exactly what they're doing was an awesome experience as well.
Yeah, between me rat's nesting a fishing reel and Captain Mike getting very mad at me, catching a pelican by accident.
Told my wife, hey, I might not learn anything, I might not really get along with anybody, but at least I get to catch some fish and enjoy myself. But it was so much better than the fishing.
Fishing's great. It is my passion. But really, the goal of what we're trying to do here is heal people.
You know, being in the military, you feel like your purpose is done. It's not. You have a huge life to continue living. Everyone has a calling. You need to find it.
This weekend's been huge for me. Like just fellowship with the guys for one. The mind, body, spirit thing was cool. I mean, I actually started praying again, which is something I haven't done in a long time.
In this community, there's a lot of trauma. There's a lot of displacement. There's a lot of isolation, right? And that brings a lot of darkness.
Just like the time to be introspective and talk to myself and be like, why can I not be quiet in my own head? Like, why can I not sit still?
Anxiety, fears, stress, feelings of inadequacy, guilt, shame really get their hooks in a lot of people. They really can.
What are these feelings that I don't want to feel? What is this feeling connected to? Is it anger? No, I'm not angry. I'm not angry at the world. I'm angry at myself.
We want to replace those negative thoughts, those negative emotions. We want to help turn a light on in a dark room.
Why am I sad? Because I did this. Why am I scared? I haven't been scared since like the first time I got shot at. And now I'm living day to day being scared.
We want to replace that with joy, with healing, with faith, with trust, with spiritual upwelling, with camaraderie and fellowship. That's really what this is about.
It gives me time to rebuild, and I don't know why I can't forgive myself or love myself. But this gave me a chance to explore that.
I got letters from 3 of my closest friends. I knew it would be hard on me to read because I, like most guys from my community, struggle with accepting that I was anything of value ever. I think a lot of us join the military from childhood issues or traumas, and we're trying to prove or validate, not all, but many. And that was my story for sure.
I had a letter from my wife, which I didn't even think she was going to write one, you know, because we talk and stuff, but it's been kind of rough this last few months, so it kind of tore me up a little bit. I couldn't even get through the letter.
Reading those letters, and I cried. I choked up pretty hard on them. And seeing from the mouth of my friends that see me in a way I don't see myself, and how much they love me and respect me, hard to accept and realize, but it was a beautiful thing. And then getting to witness the other men in the group do the same thing, be able to read letters from their wives, their mothers, and their family.
I'm not just a warfighter that can't do anything but that, or that I'm like a shitty dad or a shitty husband, you know. There's always room for improvement, but I think I was maybe harder on myself than I thought.
I could see the same in them, that they forget to value themselves as much as those and respect themselves as much as those around them do.
Throughout some of the struggles I've had, it's been really easy to forget the people closest to you are, they're seeing you go through it. They don't know how to help. So the best thing they can do is just tell you that they love you and they want you to get help, and they're proud of you for being aware of it.
It was super encouraging. I was not going to read that letter out loud, and I did it, so that was rough.
As a guy that's been in a place of hopelessness many times in my life, whilst in the Marine Corps, while serving as a contractor, as well as post-service, seeing other men that are struggling with the same things as me has been extremely beneficial.
I got more than just a fishing trip. It was just more than a good time. It gave me time to heal.
I needed to come here. I 100% needed to come here. You need to be around people that have the same exact experience you do.
There is a hope that there is a light at the end of this tunnel.
It's life-changing.
When I see what 3 days did for me out here, how important it makes us feel, how seen, I'm beyond thankful for it.